In case you don't remember, the CS interior is one Kipchumba Onesimus Murkomen. And the headline today on the Standard is Playing Clever. Goon's Paradise. When he appeared before members of parliament yesterday, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen either misunderstood his brief or, as the lawyer he is, preferred ambiguity than that lets him dodge responsibility. Tasked with overseeing security, he pointed fingers everywhere but at the office he leads. He branded some lawmakers warlords, cast governors as sponsors of crime, and accused the judiciary of leniency towards gangsters. Where? Yet he named no suspects, pursued no ringleaders, and offered no clear evidence of decisive enforcement against the criminals. And there's a quote from him, from Fred Kapondi, who's a Mount Elgon MP, and he said, "It is very clear that you have all the solutions and all that remains is implementation. For instance, you know those that are funding the goons. By not flagging their names, you are perpetuating the problem." He went on to say yesterday, I don't know if you listened to those proceedings,
yeah, we did.
But he said that the people who are suspected to have assaulted Vihiga Senator Godfrey Osotsi are on the run. All of them outside the country.
Yeah.
Yani, all of them are outside the country. Now, outside the country, is it here, Arusha? Is it Kampala? Is it Abu Dhabi? How then did you know? You've gathered adequate information to substantiate a claim that they're on the run outside of the country. If you know they're outside of the country, then you know where they are.
Sure.
So why can you not accost them?
You know, this really lies squarely at the feet of the interior CS. Remember that immediately that Osotsi was actually confronted with that ordeal in Kisumu 2 weeks ago. The political class was out guns blazing, and they were laying the blame to the interior PS, Raymond Omolo. But the CS came out, apportioned his PS of the blame, really defended him. But now he's coming out and saying that those who attacked the Senate of Vihiga, Godfrey Osotsi, are actually on the run. Not just on the run, but outside the country. How porous can our borders be that fellows who are captured on CCTV can sneak out of the country unnoticed? And then it's like the CS, in fact, he was specific with the number. It's not all of them. There are around 14 who have actually already sneaked out of the country.
14, right? 14 have sneaked out of the country. All right.
Remember, 2 weeks ago, we've seen Akina Babu, Mbakasi's MP. They were out. Of course, we can really quote them. They were saying that some of those goons who were captured on CCTV are actually hiding. Some of them were hiding in Nakuru. That's according to the political class. You know, maybe there's something they know that we don't. They were saying that they are hiding in Nakuru, and that some leaders are actually facilitating their hiding.
Yeah.
Because you see, for goons, these are actually unemployed youth. For you to sustain yourself in the hideouts, you must have some loose cash. You must be liquid because you're operating from Kisumu, but you are hiding in far-flung areas. They were specific. Nakuru. Don't you think this is actually now a cat and mouse game? Because even the headline, Playing Clever.
Yep. You know what? Intelligence is an interesting thing because you have to ask. You gathered adequate information to then announce publicly. And this announcement was public. It was in Parliament yesterday, so it was public, that they are out of the country. How do you know that they're out of the country? You have been given some information. So what then stops you from apprehending these gentlemen, these suspects? What stops you from doing that? This is my question. To me, that's why I actually do agree with this headline, because you're playing clever. How in one instance do you tell us that people who are fueling tensions in the country, you're calling them warlords, you're calling them sponsors of crime, you're accusing the judiciary of leniency against gangsters, but then you know that these people are outside the country, but you're not doing anything. Okay, you've not told us that you've taken a further step to do anything to apprehend them. I don't understand. I don't.
It's quite interesting, and I write on that. Remember, he says that it's like, the parliamentary committee is actually quasi-judicial. It's actually, it wields the similar powers of a high court. And that's why whenever CSS and governors, whenever they snub these committees, they actually fine a minimum of 500,000 shillings. And remember, even governors who are willing to snub so that they could actually part with 500,000, because that's actually pocket change for governors. But remember, he went ahead and told the committee that this goonism is actually entrenched and mainstreamed even at county level. So with chief officers even being in charge of goonism. Remember that governors, right from MCS, he was saying that they have their own goons. It all depends with how deep your pockets run.
Everybody has goons.
So if you have shallow pockets, you will not have goons. And so you see, these goons are actually like a wind. They're actually just if today they are with Nu, tomorrow
I can be goons for hire. I can do. I can hire me.
It's quite worrying, not just interesting. It's worrying.
It is worrying.